Hello humans and welcome back to the Tao Way. In today's video we have part 2 of the How to Muscle Up series. If you missed part 1, you can find that video in the description down below. So last week we went into how to develop the false grip and how to pull up to this point on the muscle up. Now in part 2 we're going to go over that all-important transition phase. This is usually the phase where a lot of people get stuck. So this is a perfect video for you if you're having trouble after that initial pull-up and you can't seem to get over the ring. So while this transition period does require strength, it also requires patterning. If you don't have the correct pattern, if you don't know how to turn the ring, how to create tension, it's going to be very difficult to do the muscle up. So the exercise we're going to use today is called the baby muscle up, and this not only develops a little bit of the strength and the mobility part, but it also, more importantly, develops that pattern of the transition. So for this part, you're going to need your rings, and you're going to need to set up your rings so that they are low enough to where you're in the bottom of a dip position here, but your feet are still on the ground, just like here. You don't want them too high where your feet are dangling. You want them just so you can touch your feet because you're going to be using your feet for this transition. So we're going to start in the top position, and I'm going to start on my toes here, and I'm going to go as deep as I can into the dip. And what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to slowly come down, initiating the motion with my elbow. So my elbows come down first, and I'm squeezing the rings into my body. Once the elbows are down, they're gonna catch the false grip here, and I'm gonna turn the rings in to my chest, touch, and then back forward here. So this is the direct motion. Now the important thing is, the elbows come down. First, I catch that false grip, I turn the rings in, touching my chest the whole time, and then I push forward, I open the rings, and I get to the bottom of the dip. So I'm working on this pattern, this transition, the entire time. I'm going nice and slow. I'm not powering through it. My feet are on the ground, and the ring stays in contact with my body the entire time. I do not want the ring to come off. This is that pattern of the transition. So this would be the top of the false grip, and now the shoulders push forward, and I get to the bottom of the dip. Now from this video, this may look easy, but it's entirely not. Even though your feet are on the ground, you are using a lot of strength and a lot of mobility in there. You can see from my forearm, I am pumped out just from doing 60 seconds, 120 seconds to show you guys. So it's gonna be difficult. What you want to do for programming for this would be, number one, you want to work on that false grip, so the false grip hang and the false grip chin up. Then after you work those, you can use this as a conditioning exercise to work on that transition. And I would do 60 seconds of work for anywhere from 3 to 5 sets. And you'll be using a 1-to-1 work to rest ratio. So that means if you work for 60 seconds, you will rest for 60 seconds and repeat that for 3 to 5 sets. It's not about how many reps you can get. It's not about going fast. It's about going slow and making sure all of the details that I told you about there are in there, and you're not skipping anything. If you skip something, this exercise becomes almost useless. So make sure you're using all the details there. What's nice about this one as well is we are working in an extreme range from the pull and the push and the in-between. So you're working that mobility in the shoulder and in the chest as you're doing this. So over time, you're gonna get better mobility of the shoulder and better strength of the shoulder overall in the entire transition. So when we work on the next step, which will be the dip, then this becomes even easier to perform. All right, and next week we will be going over the part 3 of this 4-part series, which will be the top section. So that dip and the support position, how to work on that. So if you want to see that video, remember to subscribe, let me know in the comments, and give this video a like. It helps to share the video to other people, and it helps me out to grow my channel. So please do that. That's how to transition, that's how to work on the transition of the muscle up, and that is the session.